Okay, once you have finished your hex board puzzle, or your hexagonal puzzle with the 10 pieces, or however many pieces you decided to do, you need to make a box for it to fit all of the pieces. It's going to look something a little like this, or maybe when it's put together, you can put all the pieces in it, and you can put the board on top. See this little piece of wood right here and right here, and these other little pieces right there. That keeps the board that you've already made uh, up off the bottom, and that lets the pieces slide under. So if you don't solve the puzzle and you want to keep the pieces there, or if you're afraid like a cat's going to knock it off or a kid or something, go ahead and keep the pieces there with the empty board on top. So how are you going to make this? Well, it's pretty easy. You go to well, first off, we need to remember, let's go back to Lightburn. We need to remember how big our hexes are, right? Because this is what's going to have to fit in there. And this is 7 wide and 8.8 high. So let's do that 7 wide. Okay, let's remember that. And then let's go to MakerCase, makercase.com. All right, if you scroll down to polygon box, all right, you want a 6-sided. You can do all different sides. You could do 9-sided if you wanted, but we're going to do 6. All right, you want your inside diameter, and it's going to measure from flat to flat to be 7 inches. You want your height to be bigger, at least twice as high as your board, okay, or twice as high as your pieces. Ideally, the height of your completed board plus these little pieces of wood here, everything will kind of end up at the top, but if not, don't worry about it. Just make sure that as long as there's enough room for the pieces and the board to fit, the pieces should be half the height of the board. So if you have 1/8 inch board, 2 pieces of that's going to be 1/4 inch, and another 1/8, so that's going to be 3/8 inch is what it needs to be, or we just make it an inch tall. Then we're nice and easy, okay? All right, so you can make that at least 3/8 inch. But let's see, what is that going to be? I don't know if you can just put in a number here, like 3 divided by 8. Nope, it made that 3 inches. But 3/8 is a little less than 1/2 inch. So you could do 1/2 inch, or you could do a whole inch, whatever you want to do. Okay, so that's going to give you this. You can play around with the finger size. I like to have a small finger size, so it's got as much meat there as possible. I'm using 1/8 inch here, but put in whatever your material thickness is. And you can go in there and do a custom for whatever you've actually measured yours to be. So yeah, so we're going to do that. We download. All right, it's going to give us an SVG like this. All right, we're going to call this Hexbox, what was that, 7 inch ID. I misspelled that. That's okay. Open. This is an open box, not closed. All right, we're going to save that. All right, and then we're going to go back to Lightburn, and we're going to import that. Okay, so we go to import under File, down to Import, and it's right there. Whew, excuse me. Sorry about that. Okay. Now the reason that we want to do this is that we want to make sure that this will fit inside of that. And that does fit, but that is awful close. And you kind of want a little bit of wiggle room. So we're going to go back to MakerCase. And instead of being 7 inches, we're going to make that like 7.125, 7 and an eighth. We're going to make it an eighth bigger, which is going to make it, yeah, an eighth bigger. It's going to make it a 16th on each side. Okay. So we're going to leave everything else the same. Download, oh, come on. Download SVG. We're just going to do that as that again. All right. We're going to go here. We're going to get rid of that one. We're going to re-import it. Now that it's the new one, move it out of the way, and then we're just going to make sure that this fits. Oh. And that's a little bit better. So it's got a little bit of wiggle room. We might even up that to, yeah, that's close. We might even up that to, hold on, let's align those. I mean, that should be fine. That should give us room all around there, see? But if you want, if you're not sure if that's going to be enough room, you can just up that a little bit to maybe like 7.2 or something. But if we go back to this, notice we have these finger cutouts, or we have these circular cutouts. What those are for is so that your fingers can get in and grab the puzzle when it's in there, or the board with the puzzle on it. So we need to pick 2 of these sides, and we need to cut out some holes. So let's figure out how we can do that. I bet that we can just go here to ellipse, and if you hold down Shift and do a circle, it makes, or an ellipse, it makes a perfect circle. All right, and so that seems like that's a good chunk to do. Let's line this up. That looks about right, although we could probably, oh, nope, I don't want to do that. Let's go back to select. I had to undo that. Okay, so we're selecting these 2, and we're going to put them, not a line in the center exactly, but we're going to line them up horizontally. And it looks like that was pretty close already, so hold on, let me move it out of the way so you can see it happen. All right. And that's this selection up here with the 2 triangles next to each other. Or again, you can go to arrange up here and down to align, and you can align the horizontal centers. Oh, not horizontal, sorry. Vertical. What is this one? I thought that one was horizontal. Arrange selection horizontally. There we go. Oh, no, that didn't do it. Oh, maybe it's this one. That did it. Oh, that's weird. It did it the wrong way, but I guess we don't care about that. Why did it invert that? Oh, I did mirror selection, that's why. Okay, there we go. Let's undo that. We don't want to mirror the selection. We want to just, there we go. Nope, not that. This one. There we go. All right. And don't worry that it aligned the side with that. Okay, so that's aligned that way. So let's just come down a little bit. Hold on, let's just select the circle. And I'm just using the arrow key here to come down. That looks like that's good. All right, so what we want to do now is go over here to the cut, to the scissors, and we're going to cut try to cut that away, but it looks like we can't. So we're going to have to do our old friend, the break apart. So let's go to arrange and break apart. Oh, why is it not letting me do that? Oh, probably I have to ungroup this first and then go to arrange and break apart. All right, and then now if we go to cut, we can cut that. Okay, there we go. And then that line there, hold on, let that line. No, this. There you go. We want to make that in the cut. We want that to be red. Okay. And we want to scooch that back over. So let's highlight everything and kind of scooch. Whoops, I didn't get it all. Undo. Not a big deal. I'm going to scooch it all back over. Right, so it lines up. And then we want to just do the same thing with one of the other sides, although if you notice, these sides are all the same. So what we can do is we can just get rid of side 4 and we can duplicate. Hold on. We can duplicate side 5 by copying and then pasting. And then that is going to give us 2 sides that have that little cutout, and it's a similar cutout. And now when we print this, or when we cut this out and make this box, it's going to fit. This piece is going to fit in here, and we know that for sure. And we're going to have room to get our fingers in to get it out. So, all right. And then this will usually be cut on a separate piece than the original, but you may want to, if the original hasn't been cut out yet, you may want to do that. And then let's put this. Hold on, let's put this piece back. Because remember that one over there. That's our bottom piece. We don't actually want to cut out that part. All right, so then this is what we want to cut out. And then let's get rid of these text. I don't like the text. But we can get rid of that by doing that. All right. Or we can go back to arrange parts. Oh, hold on, we can ungroup it, arrange, break apart, and now we can do all of the words separate. Hold on. Oh my goodness, maybe we don't want to break apart that. Didn't realize it was going to break apart the letters. Okay, maybe we just ungroup and then we can do that. There we go. Wow, that's not very fun. Okay, there we go. We can do that. We'll just get rid of all those letters because we don't want it to say side 5 and side 2 and side 1 on all of these, do we? I don't think so. Okay, so now we have a nice clean thing to do, and it's going to make us that box that's going to go around there. Now, you will notice if we go back to MakerCase and we tilt it a little bit, it's going to have some little bits that are going to stick out here. So we're going to have to trim those with the Japanese saw. But that's real easy to do, and that's going to make that look nice and sharp. Or you can leave it this way. It doesn't really matter. It's your choice. All right, there you go. That's how you do the box for your hexagonal puzzle. All right, good luck. And again, if you have any questions, ask Mike or Sharon.